Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niket Karunaratne.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
Nominations will be accepted tomorrow. The national television is ready to telecast the event live. Several candidates, including Ranil Wickremesinghe, have signed their nomination papers. The Gazette, relevant to the 1,700 rupee daily wage for estate workers, has been released. An MOU was signed between the ex-of Janaraja Peramuna and the Samagi Janasandhanaya. The National Congress supports the President. A new alliance led by SLFP has been formed. The Prime Minister of Thailand was removed from office. Meanwhile, the Japanese Prime Minister has announced his resignation.
On to those and other stories in detail now. Placing cash deposits for the presidential election ended at 12 noon today.
The Election Commission informs that the accepting of nominations will be held from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow. 40 candidates have placed their cash deposits for the presidential election. The presidential election will be held on the 21st of September. Accepting nominations will be taking place from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow. Filing objections against any candidate can be done from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Meanwhile, a strict security program will be implemented at the Election Commission office premises and in the surrounding areas tomorrow. Over 1,000 police officers are to be deployed for this program. In addition, special traffic plan will also be implemented. Accordingly, Saranamawatha in Rajagiriya will remain closed until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Police informed that only the permitted vehicles can enter the Election Commission premises tomorrow. The accepting of nomination process will be live telecast through the national television from 8:45 a.m. tomorrow. Election Commissioner Saman Sri Ratnayaka says that the dates of 4th, 5th and 6th September have been allocated for marking postal votes. Election Commissioner Saman Sri Ratnayaka says that the issuing of postal ballot papers will be held on the 26th of this month at the relevant district secretariats. He said that postal voting will be conducted on the 3rd and 4th of September for the officials of district secretariats, police department and the election department. For the other state officials, postal voting will be held on the 5th and 6th of September. 4 candidates placed their cash deposits today. General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Sagar Karyavasam placed cash deposits on behalf of SLPP presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa. General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Sagar Karyavasam said that Namal Rajapaksa will be sworn in as the 9th president of Sri Lanka by the 22nd of September. He said that they are not bothered about the percentage of the votes. Parliamentarian Johnston Fernandez said that some factions left political parties in the past as well. However, he said that the party will remain powerful despite this. Janaka Ratnayaka has come forward to contest the election from United Lanka People's Party. Nihal Premakumara placed cash deposits for him. Lalit De Silva placed the deposits for the United National Freedom Front and Sarath Kumar Gunaratne as an independent candidate. Accordingly, the Election Commission says that 40 candidates, including 22 from accepted political parties, 1 from another political party and 17 independent candidates have placed cash deposits for the upcoming presidential election. Chairman of the Election Commission, RM A.L. Ratnayaka, said that all arrangements have been finalized to accept nominations at present. No political party will be allowed to organize procession after the nomination process. He requests all the party supporters and candidates to leave the place peacefully without violating the election laws. Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation and Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation will broadcast the nomination process from 8:45 a.m. tomorrow.
In the meantime, President Ranil Wickremesinghe has signed his nomination paper today for the upcoming presidential election at his political office at Flower Road in Colombo. The Mahasangha chanted Set Pirit to invoke blessings for the president. Other religious dignitaries also conducted religious observances to bless the president. Later, the president signed the nomination paper. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and ministers and parliamentarians, representatives of the political parties and organizations who support the president were also present on this occasion. The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa and several others also signed their nomination papers today. Namal Rajapaksa signed his nomination paper at the Vijayarama former president's house. Former presidents Mahinda Rajapaksa and Gotabaya Rajapaksa were also present at this occasion. Presidential candidate Vijayadasa Rajapaksa also signed his nomination papers this morning amidst all religious blessings at his residence in Navala. Meanwhile, presidential candidate of the Sarvajana Balaya, Dilip Jayavira, also signed the nomination papers today. President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasized that following the establishment of law and order in July 2022, the citizens will have the opportunity to vote for a new president on September 21, 2024.
The president also highlighted that it is the responsibility of himself as the president, the election commission and the police department to support free and independent elections by maintaining law and order in the country. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made this statement during the opening of the Special Operations Command of the Police Special Task Force in Sri Jayawardhanapura this afternoon. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, upon arriving at the Special Operations Command in Sri Jayawardhanapura, was warmly received with the Police Special Task Force Excellence Awards. The President, who unveiled the plaque and officially opened the Special Operations Command, also participated in inspecting the troops' accommodations. The current commander of the Police Special Task Force, Varuna Jayasundara, presented a commemorative gift to President Ranil Wickremesinghe. This command centre will act as the primary hub for managing public order and motorcycle patrols. The Director of Special Operations will oversee the operational command of the specialized units within the Special Task Force, reporting directly to the Special Task Force Commander. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said the originally deployed to Batticlaw to combat LTTE terrorism, this team has evolved into a key force for maintaining law and order in Sri Lanka and has gained international recognition. He said that the world today is different from the past and will continue to change in the future. He said that by 2030, our country's security must be updated and modernized to keep pace. He added that increasingly technology plays a crucial role in every sector and we need to leverage it more in our security measures. The President said that today, individuals involved in the underworld can exploit new technology, necessitating the introduction of specific laws to control them. He said that we need to re-evaluate and update our strategies for combating these illegal activities. He proposed establishing a new agency under the Anti-Narcotics Act, which would consolidate all police, military and civil agencies into a single entity with designated powers. He said that this agency could be tasked with long-term engagement in combating drug-related activities. He also said that it is crucial that drug dealers are prevented from undermining society. He said that ensuring that citizens live under law and order is fundamental to protecting their basic rights, and we aim to protect this principle in the law. The President said that additionally, a significant task lies ahead next month with the presidential election schedule for September 21st. It is the responsibility of the police department to maintain law and order and to facilitate the election process in a lawful manner. He said that this duty extends not only to me as president, but also to the Election Commission and the Police Department. Violence often occurs after elections and we must prevent it. He said that there must be no violence following this election and we need to focus on this issue carefully. He said that we are able to hold this election today because law and order have been maintained in the country and our constitution has been upheld. He said that a new government will be appointed in accordance with the constitution. He said that while there have been other allegations of human rights violations, Sri Lanka is the only country that has maintained this democratic system. He said that, however, 2 years ago the government of this country collapsed. He said that, however, due to the efforts of our armed forces and other law enforcement agencies, we were able to prevent the loss of parliament that day. Minister Tiranala said that we thought about every official here. He said that in the history of the police, no one has paid more attention to their needs or provided more support than President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The Wage Control Board has declared the minimum daily wage regarding the rubber plantation and gross rubber production industry. Issuing a Gazette notification, the Wage Control Board says that the minimum daily wage must be 1,700 rupees. The Wage Control Board regarding the tea growing and manufacturing industry has also increased the labourers' daily wage up to 1,700 rupees. Chairman of the relevant Wage Control Board's KKA Jai Sundara informs that the relevant objections for these proposals should be submitted to the board before 12 noon on the 28th of this month. A memorandum of understanding between the Eksat Janaraja Peramuna and Samagijala Sandhanaya was signed in Colombo today to extend support to Sajith Premadasa at the upcoming presidential election. Leader of the Eksat Janaraja Peramuna, Patali Champakaranavaka, and leader of the Samagijala Sandhanaya, Sajith Premadasa, signed this agreement. Parliamentarians, party representatives and several others were present at this occasion. Leader of the Samagijana Sandhanaya, Sajith Premadasa, said that the team who has robbed money, resources and properties of the people are still roaming scot-free. He said that under an SJB government, all these elements will be brought to justice and given maximum punishment. The money and properties they robbed will also be taken back for the people. He said that for the purpose, a program to recover stolen assets will be prepared. Leader of the Eksat Janaraja Peramuna, Patali Champakaranavaka, said that a leading diplomat in Sri Lanka, Sivashankar Menon, has stated in a book that the JVP and the LTTE had caused a loss of about $200 billion through their subversive activities. He said that today our entire loan is about $37 billion. He said that these elements have ruined fivefold of that amount. He said that now they are seeking power to save the country. He said that it is the historic mockery in the political arena. He said that during the struggle, some elements in Sri Lanka also attempted to destroy the democratic process in the country. He requested the public to use their franchise to defeat these elements who have inherited blood-stained politics.
The alliance led by Sri Lanka Freedom Party and other progressive leftist parties joined the Podujana Eksat Peramuna and formed a new alliance today at a ceremony held in Colombo. John Saniratne was appointed as the main patron of the Podujana Eksat Peramuna Officials Council. Leader of the council is parliamentarian Anura Priyadarshini Appa. Lasanthala Gewana of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party was appointed as the secretary of the new alliance. Chamara Sampath Dasanayaka was elected as the treasurer of the alliance. Duminda Disanayaka and Nalin Fernando are the national organizers. Elam Democratic People's Party, Mutpokku Tamilar Kalaham, independent representatives of the National Freedom Alliance, independent representatives of Nidahasa Janata Sabhava, Sri Lanka Mahajana Party, Lanka Samasamaj Party and independent representatives of the Yuthukama National Organisation were present at this meeting. In addition, United Democratic Alliance, New People's Front, Deshavimukti Janata Party and several others also joined this alliance with the Podujana Eksat Peramuna. The new website of the alliance was also launched today. State Minister Lasantha Alagiyawana said that their party has won presidential election in 1994 and 1999. Then on the general elections in 1994, 2000 and 2001. Podujana Eksat Peramuna has also won 2 provincial council elections and 3 local government elections. This party has achieved a great service to the country. Parliamentarian Duminda Disanayake said that this is the biggest alliance that has been formed to build the country. Minister Nimal Siripala De Silva said that we have to stop the political system that power is inherited from father to son and son to the grandson. Such family politics has ruined Sri Lanka's economic and political culture. Parliamentarian Anura Priyadarshini said that we need a political mechanism to change from time to time according to the political and economic needs of the people. This alliance is opened for all other political parties and organizations. This new alliance has decided to extend support to President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The National Congress, headed by parliamentarian ALM Athaullah, today joined to support President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Parliamentarian ALM Athaullah and several others met the President and officially informed of this decision. Parliamentarian ALM Athaullah says that to solve the ethnic issues in the country, the economic and political problems should be solved first. He said that he has placed confidence in the program implemented by President Ranil Wickremesinghe in this connection. Therefore, he said that he will be committed to secure the victory of the President at the upcoming presidential election. He also handed over a set of proposals of the National Congress to solve the ethnic problem in Sri Lanka. The Patriotic People's Force states that their support will be extended to Presidential Ranil Wickremesinghe at the upcoming presidential election. General Secretary of the party, Sugat Thevapathirana, and several other representatives met President Ranil Wickremesinghe today to inform this decision. They commended the President's program to re-establish the collapsed economy, law and order in the country during the past 2 years. Sugat Thevapathirana pointed out that the President's leadership is still needed to steer the country forward. Therefore, his party, affiliated organizations and all the membership will be committed to secure the victory of President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the upcoming presidential election.
In the meantime, in a landmark keynote address at the University Lecturers Conference held at the Water's Edge Hotel yesterday evening, President Ranil Wickremesinghe revealed plans to provide relief for personal income tax in the near future. The President mentioned that 2 proposals currently under review by the Treasury and the counter-proposal by the International Treasury Monetary Fund are being considered to achieve the goal of providing some benefit to the middle segments like the academia. In his speech, delivered under the theme Transforming Sri Lanka's Higher Education Towards a Developed Nation, President Wickremesinghe also announced a comprehensive reform plan aimed at transforming Sri Lanka's higher education system as a key strategy to stimulate economic recovery. President Wickremesinghe emphasized the critical role of higher education in driving the country towards development and highlighted the need for state universities to operate with greater independence to enhance the quality of education. Later, an academic discussion was held between President Ranil Wickremesinghe and university lecturers. They discussed about nutritional deficiencies, mental health challenges and illnesses among students, as well as problems related to hostel facilities and the admission of foreign students to state universities in Sri Lanka. The lecturers also highlighted the need for introducing new courses, difficulties in forming international agreements, and the importance of granting universities the autonomy to select local students for admission. 2 persons have died by inhaling chemical substance in the Malabe area. The incident occurred in a house at Jayantimawatha in Kahantota. Police said 2 residents in Jayantimawatha area have been suffocating with toxic chemical substance last evening. The 2 victims were admitted to Colombo National Hospital and later passed away. Thereafter, officials from Bomb Disposal Unit and the Western Provincial Crime Investigation Unit arrived at the house and conducted investigations. It was revealed that a friend of the house owner who came from abroad has given this toxic chemical to him. The house owner and a resident of Monoragala area have been subjected to this incident. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has extended his felicitations to new Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Mohamed Yunus.
The President, during a telephone conversation, has said that the new Prime Minister will be able to maintain law and order in Bangladesh. The President has also said that he informed the Sri Lankan investors in Bangladesh to continue their business. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has also pledged that Sri Lanka will extend every possible support to Bangladesh to come out of this crisis. The Prime Minister of Bangladesh has expressed his gratitude to the Sri Lankan leader and requested that he visit Bangladesh if he has an opportunity in the future. The United States fully supports the Sri Lankan government investigation and prosecution of those responsible for the Easter Sunday bombings in Sri Lanka. This was stated in a letter sent by the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Richard R. Warma to President Ranil Wickremesinghe. In the letter, the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State says that Washington shares the goal of seeking justice and accountability for the Easter Sunday bombings. He pointed out that Sri Lanka's commitment to bring justice to the victims is vital. The Deputy Secretary says that the United States will continue its support to Sri Lanka as it seeks justice for the 268 victims, 5 of them U.S. citizens, and welcomed hearing about the progress on the case.
Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa says that the ruler must commit dedications before the people. He stresses that a humanitarian government is needed to the country at this moment. The opposition leader made these remarks at a program titled 27 for Unity held in Colombo yesterday. 27 political parties and organizations signed an agreement with the Samagi Jana Sandhanaya at this occasion. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that the Samagi Jana Sandhanaya will definitely implement the required changes in the country. He said that in this endeavour, the rulers have to make the biggest commitment for the country and the people. He said that he will work hard for the well-being of the country, not for the benefit of the friends and relations. He said that at first his government will conduct a survey to check the people who are under poverty line. He said that all the micro, small and medium level entrepreneurs ranging from self-employees and small shop owners will be helped under the new government policies.
State Minister Chamara Sampath Dasanayake alleged that a private media institution is highly promoting a presidential candidate. He made this comment at a media briefing held today. State Minister Chamara Sampath Dasanayake said that some media channels misuse their airtime. He said that one channel has spent 16 minutes to One News on the 11th of August. He said that the same channel has taken 15 minutes on the 11th of August for the same news. He said that on the 13th, it has used 17 minutes. This media channel voluntarily supports one politician. He said that the Election Commission should focus attention on such matters. He said that it has to appoint a competent officer to monitor state and private media. He said that these media institutions should be regulated. He said that all the people in the country know that which channel promotes Sajid Premadasa's politics. The State Minister said that when Gotabe's period, this media channel unanimously supported him. He said that it misuses Hirunika Premachandra. He said that her father was a close friend of ours. Hirunika is the person who most helped Sajid Premadasa in his campaign. He said that now this news channel ruins a political career. He said that former President Mahinda Rajapaksa also misused some politicians.
Leader of the National People's Power, Anura Kumar Dissanayake, says that the political culture of the country must be changed before resorting to digitalization. He says that without changing the political culture, the country cannot be developed. He made these remarks addressing the NPP's IT Professional Summit held in Colombo yesterday. Leader of the National People's Power, Honorable Kumar Dissanayake, said that before starting digitalization, the corrupt political arena should be cleared off. He said that one politician criticized the other politician this week and again praised the same person next week. He said that some media institutions broadcast political crossovers as breaking news. He said that this type of shameless politics should be eliminated once and for all. He said that the NPP will assure that the corrupted political system will be made pure and uncorrupted. He said that the first responsibility of the NPP government is to stop crossover politics for personal gains. He said that some such politicians have been charged against fraud and corruption. He said that some have received bar licenses, petrol sheds and government lands as bribes. He said that people in the country have been changing governments for a long time, but same system prevails without break. He said that some ministers who were elected in 1994 are still ministers for over 30 years despite the changes of governments.
The Agarbud factory with cutting-edge technology of the Evergreen Plantations Company was opened in Kaduela today. This factory was declared open in line with the 22nd anniversary of the company. The company was initiated in 2002 as an environment-friendly investment company in the field of commercial reforestation and agarbud industry. This is considered as one of the companies of the top 10 leading evergreen plantations for agarbud in the world. This company has plantations in the United Kingdom and Madagascar as well. Chairman of the Evergreen Plantation, Satish Navaratna, graced this occasion as the chief guest. And that's all the news from home. Stay tuned for foreign news after this break.
Kamuda machan, prima kotumi, fantamai.
Thailand's Constitutional Court has dismissed Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin for appointing to his cabinet a former lawyer who was once jailed.
Current Prime Minister will be replaced by an interim leader until Thailand's parliament convenes to elect a new Prime Minister. The 62-year-old Srettha Thavisin, who has been in power for less than a year, is the third Prime Minister in 16 years to be removed by the same court. The ruling comes a week after the same court dissolved the main opposition Move Forward Party and banned its former leader from politics for 10 years. Srettha Thavisin's appointment showed that he has no honesty and breached ethical standards. Judge Punya Udchachan said in reading the court's judgment that the ministerial position of the Prime Minister is terminated under the Constitution. The court ruled that Srettha Thavisin must have known about lawyer Pichit Chuban's 2008 conviction when he appointed him. Srettha Thavisin will be replaced by an interim leader until Thailand's parliament convenes to elect a new Prime Minister.
Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida will not seek for a re-election as the leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. The 67-year-old Liberal Democratic Party veteran is expected to step down as Prime Minister after the party elects a new leader in September. The support for Fumio Kishida, who has been the Prime Minister since 2021, has fallen in the wake of a corruption scandal involving his party, rising living costs and a slumping yen. His approval ratings have plummeted to 15.5% last month, the lowest for a Prime Minister in more than a decade.
Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has called for action against those involved in killings and vandalism in the country last month. This was her first comment since violent protests forced her to resign and flee to India. Sheikh Hasina stated that many people died in the name of revolution in July, and she demanded that those involved in the killings and vandalism be properly investigated and perpetrators be identified and punished accordingly. The deposed Bangladesh leader also urged her supporters to appear in public in the capital Dhaka on August 15 to mark the anniversary of her father, independence hero Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's assassination in 1975. A day Sheikh Hasina's government had declared a national holiday.
And that's all the news for tonight. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.